Hi everyone. So today I want to do a spring garden tour, a mid-May garden tour if you will. But first I want to tell you about a cool project that I'm working on that I'm excited about, which is a plant sale as a fundraiser for my kids' school. This is going to be held next weekend, so if you're in the Holyoke area and want to stop by or donate plants or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love any help I can get or or if you just want to stop by and look at some plants. It's going to be May 22nd at McMahon School, 75 Kane Road in Holyoke, Mass, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So let me show you what I got for that, which also leads to the spring tour as well. So the food forest now is about 8 years old. So a lot of the species and plants that we have are around 5 or 4 years old, and they're really starting to be larger and producing more material. So I'm able to actually get more plants to give away, to sell, that kind of stuff. So with that said, let's take a look at what I have here. Okay, so here are a few of the species that I have, some extra plants that I've been able to propagate or pull up. Got some hazelnuts, some stinging nettles, some mint, what are those? Daylilies, I think? Elderberry, bee balm and lemon balm, violets, forsythia, raspberry, stonecrop, milkweed, and sunchokes. And then I also have up here some walking onions. I have some tomatoes grown from our saved seed for many years, some peppers, and I even have some houseplants that I've been working on propagating. I got some jade plant in there, and I don't know how to pronounce this. Caladancho. So yeah, a lot of different types of plants that I'm now able to propagate. So I'm pretty excited about that. So with that said, I'd love to take you on a tour of the food forest. Alright, so this is our food forest area. I recently did a count, and we have over 100 of different types of plants that we use or get used from or are helpful in some way. So I'll just go quickly walk through here and see what types of stuff. So this first bed is our garlic, which is doing really well this year. And then we move on to our tomato rows. We have 2 tomato rows. I do a lot of tomato sauce. And on the sides you can see we put in some walking onions, which are very easy to propagate and really tough plants. The onion bulbs are a little small. The top chives are awesome. This bed is not planted. It's going to be peppers once it gets a little warmer. Here are onions. The onions are already doing better than at any point last year, so hopefully that continues. I think we kept them too dry last year. Here we have lettuce and little baby carrots just starting. I don't know if you can see that. And we have King Henry potatoes. These are fantastic because they resist the Colorado potato beetle, which can be devastating for potatoes. All right, let's go here. We got the pond set up for the first time. It's holding water. We finally put in a liner, and that seemed to do the trick. We also have a frog living here. We're hoping for more frog friends. And this is our elders. The elderberry bushes are out of control. They're very vigorous growers, and they'll spread a lot of different ways. You can take cuttings, and sometimes they just send shoots out, and you can dig those up. So that's what that plant's been doing a lot of. Let's see, we got a new apple tree, Novamac. It's supposed to be very resistant to a lot of diseases. It's a Nanking cherry. Last year we got 1 cherry, but this year I think we'll get a fair amount. Some pear rootstock that I'm working with. Another apple tree. This, I believe, is honeyberry. Another Nanking peach. Trying to help our blueberries here. They've been struggling in life. So one of the theories is that the grass is just too overwhelming for them and stealing their water and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to kill the grass around them and then mulch, and we'll see if that helps them. Let's see, here's one of my nursery beds that I put some plants in. You can see I have a row of elderberries here and here, 2 different varieties. Got some June berries coming up. Over there, some sugar maple. Another peach tree right next to it. The raspberries are looking thinner than I expected, which always seems to be the case. So hopefully they're fine. Last year I dug up the grass and started putting mulching over there, which has been really helpful to just be able to dig out new plants and propagate them that way. You can do it out of the grass too, but it's a lot more work. Hazelnut, giant hazelnut. This thing has been dropping lots of hazelnuts. It attracts tons of chipmunks, I think, are the main thing. So when it's hazelnut season, it's a race to get hazelnuts. And there's some Christmas trees. Alright, let's get back this way a little bit. Here's a plum tree. It's very leafy this year. It's looking good. A mulberry, everberry mulberry, which is a fantastic plant. My favorite berries for sure. And then we have some ostrich fern in here that is doing a little better. It struggles in life, so hopefully it starts spreading a little bit. June berries. Here's a pawpaw tree. We're slowly cutting. It has like 5 for some reason growing out of the same spot. So we're picking and choosing and trying to cut it back. Stinging nettle. This stuff has taken off this year. It's been a bit of a design flaw, or I don't know, I think it's kind of good. Has the strawberries right there, so they're kind of mixed, which obviously makes picking strawberries a bit of a dangerous task, but also it helps keep the kids away from them, so I get to eat some strawberries sometimes. And stinging nettles, if you don't know about them, they're like a super nutritious food, but they will sting you, so you gotta be careful in processing them. Here's a European elderberry. I don't know, it's a weird plant. It's alive still, but sometimes I wonder. And this just has a lot of random things. Garlic chives, daisies we just put in. Another apple tree. I don't know what that is, but they look cool. I'm sure they're cool. Strawberries last year weren't anywhere near this far, so they're spreading and helping take over this area. Another pawpaw tree that's doing well. Broadleaf sorrel. Alright, and then on this side we got some mulberries as well. This one produces a lot of mulberries. Violets are just loving this area. Oregano. I forget what this is, but it's something. Let's see. Oh, and that also we have milkweed coming up in force now. Milkweed might be my favorite plant that we have on this property. I'm going to do a whole video on that at some point, so stay tuned for that. Lovage, more walking onions, some red currants mixed in there, bee balm, black currant. We got this a cutting from a friend, and it is taking off right now, so I'm pretty excited for that plant. We have this peach tree that we keep thinking is going to die, but never quite does, so give it another year. Tiny pear tree, prickly pear. It's kind of being taken over by the grass. And what was this? Oh yeah, beach plum. Some beach plum. We just transplanted this giant thing. I think it's okay, but it was a big transfer. Liberty, and then we have some asparagus we threw back here a few years ago, and then we super neglected it. But it's still here, so I decided to try to baby it a little bit this year and see if we can get it coming back better. Alright, and we got another apple. Pristine. Anne's raspberry. These are the white raspberries. Also transplanted these this year, and they didn't do well, weirdly. Alright, pink champagne currants. Third currant type. Gumi. Daylily right there. Alright, some Invicta gooseberry. This plant has really taken off this year. In fact, it's invading my path, so I want to find a way to propagate it. We have this pear tree. This pear tree's need very little work, and it's doing great. And as you can see there, you can see, yeah, those are all going to be pears. So I worry it's producing too much. Alright, and another apple here, Williams Pride. Let's see. I think that brings us full circle. Circus Rocket, we just transplanted this one. It has little broccolis on it. Hopefully we can spread that one more. I tried to split it this year, but it's just one big giant root thing. So I'm going to figure out how to propagate that one. So yeah, that's the food forest. We have some other species on different parts, but most of the things that we have are right here in this corner of the yard. That we're expanding further and further. This is the newly laid cardboard and then wood chips. We'll probably mound some compost piles here soon and put squash in so it can wander around and give us lots of squash, and, watermelons and stuff like that. Rhubarb, obedient plants, ramps, evening primrose. And I have some. This is my baby hazelnuts area. So when the hazelnuts drop, every once in a while it gets missed by something, and they'll pop up out of the ground. So when that happens, I take that and I just move them over here for them to grow up a little bit. And that's some of the ones we saw earlier were ones that were doing better. These ones should probably take another year to get their lives together. Alright, so that's my spring tour. If you have any questions about anything specifically, let me know. I can try to do videos on anything that people think are interesting or want to know more about. Like I said, I think my next one would probably be on milkweed. But yeah, a lot going on. Alright, so talk to you later.